What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to talk about a new gold making method explained video on something that's going to kind of be good, but we got to do it pretty quickly, and that's why I'm putting this out so close to the last video, because obviously we just released a gold making method video on rewards of the worthy. That's still very relevant, but this is also just as relevant, if not more relevant, because it's already made me more money. Now, what I'm talking about is actually the Blackwood Dailies. And so I thought for a while that doing Blackwood Dailies is, just add it to your daily routine, do it whenever, it's kind of like the Gold Coast, like, yeah, you could get lucky with it. But recently, what they've done is they put new blueprints inside, similar to what I have received, this Leowin turret castle. They basically added a whole bunch of new structures. And now, for those of you who don't know, generally structures such as this market very well. So, what's the method? How do you do it? Where do you start? What do you need? So, what you need is the Blackwood expansion, and you need characters. So we've actually done it on this character. We've got a BP that's worth about $500,000. Took us about 12 minutes. Unfortunately, I didn't film that because I didn't even know that this would be so effective. And we are actually going to character swap, because what you can actually do is you can actually do the daily quests on all your characters, regardless of how often you've used them, what sets they're wearing, because at one, you just pick up stuff in a delve, and then the other one, you just kill a world boss that half a dozen different people are also trying to kill at the same time. So it's relatively easy, if not super easy to do. So for example, we'll jump on another character real quick, and we'll take him to Blackwood. I don't know how much Blackwood he has learned, but we'll go take him to Blackwood, and we'll do the same process as we've done with this character. And you're going to get a lot of rolls to get blueprints that are worth upwards of probably of 1.5 to 2 mil. And personally, I've done this twice now on another character before this, and he received a green BP that was listed for 80k. Let's see where this guy even is. Alright, so Blackwood is not the most expanded map of his, but at the end of the day too, if you plan to do this as a routine, which I may end up doing, it could be good to take these characters, around, get the boss fights and stuff, and the way shrines unlocked. But that's the method in and of itself. And then your goal is going to be to list these up and sell these. Now, it's probably going to be easiest for you to sell them in a Mournhold trader, maybe an Elden Root or a Wayrest trader, because those are the three best spots. And why I say that is you're appealing to people who are very rich and very wealthy, and they're going to just look in Mournhold, pick the cheapest one, purchase it. Start crafting that out for their shop. So this is going to have a very high profit margin for right now. So the profits of this, undisputed, 5 out of 5. There are those of you who will do this one time for less than an hour, 10 minutes, and make 2 mil. Like, that's just the luck of the draw. And if you've been doing this too, you'll notice that you also get these ivory claps. Those are worth between 4 and 10k each. The Frostbite set here actually sells very, very well too. I mean, it's not like in and of itself it's going to be making you rich, but the set itself is going to be making you 10k alone also. So it's like, just couple all of these factors together, and you've really got a place that's going to make you a lot of money. And then this is the start. This is the quest area here, and so we will do this one. So this one is the one that's going to be the world boss, and then this one's going to be the one that's going to be the delve. And we're going to need to see where we need to go, so we're just going to pour outside the walls real quick. So also too, completely forgot to mention, the motifs here also sell for a lot. Everything in Blackwood is valuable. And to save kind of your time, I won't show me running to the other world boss. I'll just do this delve one here real quick since it's right outside. Because you guys get the general concept. You do the quest. The quest will take you to a bunch of different areas. So there's two main ways you can do this effectively. There's the social way and then the lots of character way. You could take a level 3 character and do both these missions. So the maximum amount of character slots you have, you can do this. But there will be a limit per day. How you can increase that limit is two ways. More characters or friends. So your friends can share quests with you, meaning that you can. So say I was in a group with the friends that I wish I had, and I could click Y on this, and I could click share. But because I have none, the game is like, this guy doesn't even have any friends. It doesn't pop up as an option. The option will pop up if you're in a group, but unfortunately for me right now, it will not pop up. So a bit unfortunate, but it's not something that's, that we need to do, because just trying to give the concept to you of how well this method will be. So next we're going to talk a bit about reliability. This is a mostly reliable method. I give it a 3. Why I'm giving it a 3 as opposed to something higher is because you could get nothing. I do think, though, that your odds are very high, because you're either going to get a decent Frostbite item. The Frostbite staff itself sells for 300k, or it did, at least, on different servers when I was looking. Obviously, too, I want to just point out that you should always price check your local markets before you list things, because I could say, like, oh yeah, crowns sell for about this price, but everything will be slightly tweaked, However many people are farming X item can affect it slightly, so always double check. Please don't take my listings as a word of gospel. But the odds of you getting Frostbite, the odds of you getting the Ivory class at a decent rate, the actual armor motifs, the actual the practices themselves, it's just so high that you'll get something good. And that's the best thing you can do. I'm also vastly lost in this freaking place. I don't know what that was. The odds of you getting something good are high. That's a level 4, dude. If the level 4 can run through here, you could do that on a new character too. Granted, you'll come out at level 3, but I'm sure you could do it. So all we're doing is running through this thing lost. We're going to pick up these 3 torch bugs, and I believe either kill the delve boss at the end, or it might just end up leaving. I'm not sure. We'll see what it wants us to do. It'll be one of those 2 things. So that brings us to something. What? Okay, I picked up something different. So that brings us to market stability, and the market. My Dawnbreaker just go. The market for this is actually going to be probably 3 stars. And why it also loses points is that these will be farmed right now, because this is a new update. They will be farmed by a decent chunk of people, and as with any recipe and any set and any motive, once more people have it, they don't need it again. So the actual market for this is not going to be long lasting, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't drop what you're doing, do this, roll to see if you can get something that's worth a couple mil, and then come back later and say, okay, I got some good purple motifs, and I sold all of them. Bada bing, bada boom, and made some good money. On to the next method. This is going to be something that I think you should do temporarily, but not for forever. And the best way to kind of encapsulate that is that every update, there's always something. Every change, every new life event, the Halloween event, even when they change the champion point system, add something new. Oh, a new craftable set. Every little thing affects the economy of ESO. And I know that might not seem, as important, of a concept for some of you guys, but it's helpful to understand okay, well, during this new life event, more players are going to come back to the game, therefore these items will go up in value. And we'll talk about stuff like that during the market watch. But I'm just kind of explaining this to you guys so that you have a general concept of how the ESO economy works, because it is very confusing. Every time that the ESO tweaks one little thing, the waxes go down by 1,000 and everything changes. Perfect row goes up by 5,000% like Dogecoin. I just wanted to kind of break that down for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to get one of these coffers per. You get 2 per character. We're only doing the 1 just to show you kind of what it is. And you'll see what we get, which is Deadland Assassins. 2 pieces, nothing good out of this. Those pieces will probably sell for sticker book prices of around 4K. Unfortunate, but at the end of the day, nothing really do about that. But so the best way once you'll have this down as a method is you'll have characters with way shrines throughout basically the whole zone, and you'll have basically the knowledge of where everything is. So right now it's even taking me to a general location. I don't even know which boss that is because I haven't discovered it yet on this character. Unfortunately, the 2 that I have everything discovered on in Blackwood have already done both the daily quests. But they've netted me about 550K's worth of profit, and it's not even, the stream's only been up for 11 minutes. So I wager it hasn't even been a full hour what it took me on the others, especially because the TP time is so significantly less. It probably took less than 10 minutes to make the 500,000 on the one character, and then the other one, I think I had to wait for the boss to respawn, so it probably took like 15-20 minutes. And I have a whole video on daily quests and why daily quests are so valuable to do. But this one I feel like, like I'm not going to go to the Gold Coast with every single one of my characters. I feel like it's just not worth doing. But I'm not going to go through all the Gold Coast on one character, because there's one item in my opinion that's like actually worth over 500,000 in the Gold Coast, versus here there's multiple items worth extensive amounts of money. So like, yeah, it's worth doing, get your singular role, in the Gold Coast, see about it, but honestly too, sometimes it's not even really worth doing. Same with like the Rothgar, they just did the Rothgar event. Is it worth doing Rothgar dailies? Like it's not really, in my opinion. But here, as with the Reach, and somewhat for like Solitude, I think it really is worth doing those dailies. The Reach also had items put into them a couple updates ago, and when those came out, it was a similar kind of song and dance. Oh, this floor purple motif is worth $1 million. Same kind of concept. I think the difference is for this is that these blueprints actually look really good. Like that turret I showed you earlier, in my opinion, is beautiful. Like I would build that and put it in my house. And I actually saw them selling earlier for about 40K, like the actual made product. I don't know if that will continue, because at the end of the day, like as I said, like once you get an item and it hits the market, it usually always goes down, unless for whatever reason it's removed from the market, like the Bewitched Sugar Skulls, for example. But like as long as an item is taken off the market, it will go down. But this is not something that's going to be taken off. Like this is going to be something that's going to be here for the rest of however long. And that's why it's going to be something that keeps its value up the whole time. And we're going to see if I can solo a world boss on a guy with no champion points. And if I lose, we'll just cut this part of the video and pretend it never happened. Sometimes oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, for the love of God. Wow, first try, we managed to do it. Woo! Alright, so then afterwards you gotta do usually something fucking random around the sides of this thing. This one you gotta sanctify a bunch of people's bodies. That's just, their body people. Who else is hurt? Who else needs to be sanctified? Bastards, I know you're here. Oh, there you are. So now that we've headed on back here, we're going to turn this little quest in. And if we wanted, and probably after the video ends, I will kind of keep doing this on other characters. We are going to loot this bad boy and get this beautiful canoe. And as a perfect example of why this is such a great method, we didn't get anything that I was talking about, the motives, but we got an ice staff with sharpened on it. So likely that's like at least 80K right there. So I'm going to wrap this up and actually claim, after selling everything and getting the motives, that this is probably a good 600K profit for about 45-50 minutes. Well, I mean, obviously I'll run it to an hour. But I know people who've made 2 mil doing this. That's the reason I actually did it today, is because they were like, oh, you got to do this like right now. So that's why this is such a great method, and I strongly encourage you guys to do it. Other than that, though, like, it's been a real blast, like, making videos for you guys. I've been really enjoying it. I feel like I've been getting better and better. I've been listening to your feedback. So if you have feedback, you can always put it in the comments below. Suggestions for future content, questions that you have for ESO that I can answer for you, or even ones that I can't answer, I'll find the answers for them, because there's a lot of people smarter than me, and Usually I talk to those people and they're able to tell me where I need to go find certain pieces of information. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Goodbye. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.